Howdy folks, welcome back. So in my last video I was showing you an image of Jesus coming in the clouds, and I got a couple of comments that some people didn't see it, so we're going to rehash this one a little bit. This is the image taken on April 17th of Jesus coming in the clouds, and you can make out the crown up here and his head down here. Here's his eyes, his mouth, his face, and his hair flowing back. And this is a bigger image in the sky, and it's hard to see, so you can only see it if you pull back. So as I pull back and this image is more compressed, you can see it a little more clearer here. Okay, here's another image of what it looked like in the sky. And if you turn your head to the right, and if you blur your eyes a little bit, you can really see it a lot better. And that's what it looked like in the sky. And I turned the image sideways in the previous one so you could see it a little better. See, here I've turned the image sideways so it's a little more easy to see. You don't have to tilt your head. And we'll zoom in a little bit and then zoom out. There we go. Okay. And then something else I wanted to add before I move on. During this event, there was a strange warm wind, and all of a sudden there were thousands of birds all chirping throughout the entire event. I also received some comments. People think this might be Project Bluebeam. Well, if Project Bluebeam were to project images in the sky, don't you think they would be images that would be, able to see? It wouldn't just be clouds like this. The only way you can see it is by pulling back and compressing the image. Why would they do that and make it harder to see? Wouldn't they want you to see this? This looks more like this is God's handiwork. This is not Project Bluebeam. This is happening in the clouds and in other realms at the same time, and I'm about to show you that here next. Then the next day, on April 18th, I experienced that wind and the birds chirping again, and I turned around and looked up, and in the sky was this sun halo right behind me. So I squeezed off some pictures of it, and I'm going to show you something I found in here. So as I'm squeezing off pictures of this sun halo here, I noticed this little black ribbon type stripe in the sky snaking back and forth left and right. You can see it all the way going through here. And I'm like, I better get a shot of that. Now as I look closer here, we're going to zoom in. This black part is actually a dragon's body snaking through the sky, and as it reaches this part right here, its head turns into the etherical realm, and you can make out, let's see, pull back here a little bit, this is a little hard to see. Here's his mouth, here's his head, here's the eye right here. The mouth is open towards the sun here. Let's see if I can pull this down and zoom in a little bit better. Here we go. Now you can see the mouth is open, its eye, and right here as it jumps from one realm into the other, you can see what looks like a white little explosion here in the clouds, right where it transitions from this realm into the etherical realm. Yeah, it's probably pretty good shot right there. And this body, you can see this body just goes way back into the clouds. It's like a ribbon. So I'll let you look at that for a second. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully my camera's picking this up. I have to do it this way. I'm not very technologically advanced here, so. But there's that image. Now on to another one. Just real quick before we leave this image, I'm going to pull back, and you can see the dragon's head there. And then we're going to pan over this way. Whoops, pull back. I want you to see the body and how it snakes all the way back in there. Maybe I'll even do this a little bit. And it twists around through the clouds and everything. And that's in the clouds. That's in our realm. Then its head is in the other realm. That's pretty trippy. All right, next video. So as these events unfold in the sky, usually there's another one somewhere in the part of the sky. So I turn around and I take some other pictures, and I caught this interesting little cloud formation, so I snapped a few pictures of it. And in this image, there's a lot of different images, but I'm going to start pointing one out right here. Here is a dragon's face right here. It almost looks like Scooby-Doo a little bit. Here's the nostrils, its nose, here's its mouth, its eye, and its horn going back. Now, a little trick with these is if you focus on the eye, usually the rest of the face will fall in for you. So there's this weird dragon-looking face right here. And then as we pull back, it's multiple dragon faces. Then you shift to make this the eye right here, and it's a bigger dragon face with the same horn. Just two faces, this one, and then a bigger face here. There's another one over here with a horn coming out, and you pull back. There's multiple faces in here. Then, if you twist your head maybe 45 degrees to the right, this mouth now becomes a new mouth to a goat Satan head with horns here. Here's its ear, the other ear over here in black. You can see its nose come down. The nose changes. Now this becomes the left nostril and the right nostril of this long nose coming down like this. It's a Satan's face. And then there's a couple of those too. As you pull back, there's another bigger one over here using the same horn and everything. So, and then we'll zoom back in. So there's a lot going on in this picture. I mean, more stuff. You guys might even see stuff that I'm not seeing in this picture, but there was this one and this character, the Scooby-Doo type looking dragon with the big old blunt nose right here. Okay, so remember this one because it shows up later. Okay, so I'll leave this image hanging for a second because if you twist your head to the right, you can see different faces and different angles. If you twist your head to the left, other faces pop out. So this is multi-dimensional, and these wavy lines going through here aren't an effect from the camera on a screen. That's actually in the clouds. So when you guys see weird wavy lines in the clouds like this, or these black separations and stuff, start taking pictures yourselves so you can have evidence for your own self and not just have to trust that maybe these are real. These are real, by the way. Now on to the next ones. Then later on that day, a second sun halo appeared in the sky, in a different part of the sky. I was in a different part of town, so I started squeezing off pictures of the second sun halo. And over here to the right, if you turn your head to the right about 45 degrees, you can make out our Scooby-Doo dragon type creature thing is back again. And this is a separate event. This was later on in the day. And tilt your head to the right, you can make out his nostrils and his mouth right here, that nose. So this thing showed up a second time in the sky. Okay, later on that day, I captured this image here, and this is similar to what we caught on Easter, the day before Easter, I'm sorry, with this round circular shape looking like it's dropping out of the sky again with red clouds around it and everything. What looks like another stellar core or something dropping in. And then as I look around in this image, I'm going to point some stuff out. Here, up here, you can make out this round circle with what looks like to be some kind of teardrop or triangle, rounded triangle shaped object on it with a rim around it too. Can you guys see this white circle up here with this black hole in it and the rim around it? Once you see that, then you'll see that there's another arch back here that almost connects to this one like a figure eight, like infinity symbol. This also becomes a wing and another wing over here. Then as I zoom in a little bit more, right above this, I want you to take a look at this little blue dot here. We're going to zoom in on it because right next to that blue dot is a darker dot, darker circle right here. So a light one and a dark one, which end up turning into a set of eyes. It's hard to see in this image, but I'm just going to pull back so you can see what I was talking about there. That little dot and the darker dot right next to it there. And these are just images that I'm capturing here. This is what shows up when I take my pictures. So on to the next one. Just real quick here, you can see we have our little disc-shaped cloud, UFO-shaped cloud, with this thing dropping in again. Then as this event develops, you can see more clearly the round circular shape as it gets more defined. This wing-shaped thing over here. You can still make out this weird, like, shield in the sky up here with this thing. Alright. Here's another image as this starts to dissipate and fade out and fade away, and then it starts to change. You can see that there's like a little stripe growing in the middle here. And then one more time, here it is a little bit more defined. And then here's the last image of this thing as it fades out, looking like the eye of Sauron or whatever sitting in the sky. So that's it for right now. I have a lot more to bring to you. I hope you enjoyed this. I love you all, and until next video, bye.